So pretty. Well, that was surprisingly simple in a lot of ways. I'm smiling because God was very decent to me. It's just started to rain now. It didn't rain when I was walking. It was surprisingly easy in a lot of ways. Let me try and think how I can best describe this. I was interested at sort of little things that happened to me. For example, you all know that there is no way I could do this without causing trouble. You know me well enough. All right, so here was the thing. What happened was that I had walked all the way up to the hospital with this zipper on my purse section, the coin section open. So I'm not sure how much money I spread around the neighborhood before I actually got to the waiting room. But I do know when I got to the waiting room, I managed to spill quite a few things from my coin purse. So the chances are maybe I didn't spill too much on the way. Then, bless their hearts, the various patients all helped me pick up the money, and then I proceeded to drop my photo ID and something else, and somebody rushed to help me pick that up. And as I went to take that from the very kind person, I dropped my phone. So I think it would be fair to say that I was in klutz mode. But by the time I'd finished all of it, there were an awful lot of people chuckling at me and probably thinking I was a ditzy 71-year-old, which maybe I am. Anyway, the point was that I wanted to just make sure that you all understand that when you go in to do something like this, be aware not of how you're consciously feeling. In other words, I was feeling quite calm consciously, but obviously subconsciously I was in a bit of a tither. It makes sense. Somewhere subconsciously that stuff was going on, and that's why I was dropping things and doing stuff like that. Now the other thing is this: they gave me very clear instructions, you know, go to this point, do this, and then go to that point. And you know, they said it twice and I said yes twice. So again, I would remind you all that when you are in this situation, you need to be aware that you don't take in information very well, even if you think you do. And that's why a lot of times they say take somebody with you, because the person with you is not in the same situation you're in and more likely to hear what was said. Or between the two of you, you know, those your two brain cells and the other person's two add up to 4, and that works. Anyway, so I got to where I thought I had to be, and then found out that wasn't where I was meant to be, to change into the magic blue gown, open at the back. But I got that sorted out, and of course made a lot of people smile in the meantime, because they all saw me walk down where I was meant to go, and then saw me walk back. And so I got a chance to make quite a few people smile with my odd comment about apparently they don't like what I'm wearing. And then I went and sat. And it's amazing that I managed to occupy myself while I sat. I didn't want to be sitting and worrying about what was going to happen. So I actually was making some notes about something I want to write about. And then I went into the room. Now, for those of you who've never had a CAT scan, let me try and describe what this is about. It's basically, you're going to lie down on a moving bed. That would be the easiest way. You probably lots of different YouTube videos on it that I didn't bother to check out because I knew what was going to happen pretty much. But what I didn't know was I was going to have this guy, Paul, say to me, when you see this, breathe in. When you see that, hold your breath. When you see this, breathe normally. When you see this, hold your breath. Now, he said it twice, and I'm going, yes, yes, but you understand. Yes, yes, intellectually, but did it get through? Because what do we know from the discussions we've been having recently? That for a thought to get to your rational mind, it has to go through your emotional mind first. So somewhere along there, I thought I understood it until the thing started to do whatever, and then I'm going, oh gosh, did I get it? And quite honestly, I held my breath for an awful long time because I didn't think I got it. And so it pulled me out again, and then it told me I could breathe. So that was good. I understood that. And then I realized, okay, fine, I think I've got this now. So the second time I went in, I sort of, like anything else in life, experience is a wonderful thing. So if the green man is showing you breathe, if it isn't the green man, hold your breath. Now, to be fair, there was something telling me that. But when you're hard of hearing and you forgot your hearing aid, which I probably wouldn't have been allowed to wear in there anyway, it wasn't easy. Yeah, it wasn't easy for me to understand. So, but I did get it by the second run. I understood it, which they probably do 2 runs for that reason. 2 or 3 runs for that reason. They probably know that on the first one you're probably not going to get it totally right, so they do maybe 1 practice one, and then I did notice they did, I think, 3 or 4 passes, and by the last one, I was very calm with it all. I asked the question because they were doing my lungs, and that obviously included my boobs. Would they be included in the scan? And I presume that they would. And the point was made that they normally don't use a CAT scan to check breast tissue. So that was an interesting point. However, an answer to the question, obviously, when they do that scan right through, it will include that. If anybody's asking, does it hurt? No, you don't feel a thing. I mean, literally, the only difficult part is remembering when to breathe. Well, for me, maybe nobody, everybody else probably would get that one down pat, but I didn't. The other very difficult thing for me was after I'd finished, it was natural for me to want to go into Tim Hortons, which is in the hospital, and grab myself a caramel macchiato. And of course, I can't do that anymore. Or I don't want to pay the price of that anymore. I can do it, but it would just cost me so many carbs. I would rather do it a different way at home, where I can control the sugar. And that's what I will do when I get home. I will make myself a mini one with just a drizzle across the top and pretend that's a full macchiato. So I just have to tell you, in terms of having it done, it is as easy as a regular x-ray. The only difference is the breathing bit. And that is important, obviously. Now, it does mean that I still need to go back and have a mammogram, because I'm due for that as well. So, all done. And I'm feeling about the same as when I went. Maybe a little different. I'm trying to think what my emotion is right now. I think I feel more peaceful. in a lot of ways, because it's done. Now it's a case of finding out the results, and that will take until, you know, I get that on the 29th when I go to the specialist. All right, time to pick up my groceries.